Hello everyone, it's Moran aka Starseed Tarot. Welcome back to my channel for another unboxing. And this time I'm going to go through the deck Supernatural deck, which is based on the TV series Supernatural, if you don't know. So it was available for pre-order in November and I just received it last week. So I did a live unboxing on my Instagram, but I thought I would also do an unboxing on YouTube for the people that missed the live or just are not following me on Instagram and they just want to discover the deck. So yeah, so that's the Supernatural deck. So it comes with a guidebook as well, and it's by the same creator as the Nightmare Before Christmas. So she's called Minerva Siegel. And you can find her on Instagram as well. She created this and she created also different books about tarot, about witchy stuff. But yeah, so she created this deck and in collaboration with the artist Matthew Skiff. And this particular box comes from Titan Books. Well, it's been published by Titan Books. And I bought it on Amazon. So I pre-ordered it on Amazon for £17 or £18, something like this, which is very reasonable price. So yeah, so it's based on the TV show. Sorry. So if you don't know Supernatural, the TV show is two brothers that are going against demons and vampires and all these kind of things. But then it gets a little bit deeper with the story. There is a battle between hell and heaven, angels and demons, and God is coming and the sister of God. Anyway, all these kind of things. It's a very good series. I recommend it if you have never watched it. But yeah, so it comes in this sturdy box there in two parts. So when you open the box, here you have inside some Enochian, so which is the language of the angels. So it's like Enochian symbols or anything like this. Then you have a little ribbon there and you have the guidebook. So the guidebook is 200 and something pages. Yeah, it's 126 pages. So that's the guidebook. So for all cards, so at the beginning you have an introduction, then you have understanding how the tarot deck is working. So it's mainly explaining the because the suits have been renamed. So the suit of bone is the element fire, so it's the wand suit. The suits of pentagrams is the pentacles. The suits of blades is the suits of swords, obviously, and then we have the suits of goblets, which is the suits of cups. So they explain you this and they explain you a little bit. If you hear noise, it's because my dog is just behind me and is playing. Then we have one image like this for the major arcana. So we have one big image like this, and then we have a little bit of what is the symbol behind this card, and then you have the meaning, so upright meaning and reversed meaning, and it's like this for all cards. But then the minor arcana is a little bit smaller, so you have a smaller image, and then you have just upright and reversed meaning. Usually it tells you also the name of the character on the card, if you can't remember, because it's like a 15 seasons kind of thing, so you might not remember all the name of all the characters, but it always tells you. So yeah, that's the guidebook. Very good guidebook. Now we're gonna go through the cards. I'm just gonna put this here. So that's the back of the card. It's very beautiful. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's this kind of gold thing. The card is like, it's matte. I would say it's matte. Cardstock is pretty good as well. I can't really tell you in comparison to what I don't think I have any decks that have this kind of cardstock, but it's pretty good. We have this thing here, I think it's used to lock the demons so they can't move and they can't escape from this circle if you put them in the middle. So yeah, that's used in the series. If you don't know the series, I explain a little bit. But yeah, let's go through the cards. So they should be back in order, but it's possible they are not. So we have here Dean and Sam, the Fools for the first one. Then we have the Magician, which is Chuck, and then we found out later in the series, spoiler alert, that it's actually God. So it makes sense because behind him we have this kind of the cosmos kind of thing. So it's the magician, he created everything. Then we have the High Priestess, which is Rowena, the Witch. We have Mary here, the mother of Sam and Dean. Then we have John, the father of Sam and Dean, for the Emperor. I like the colors too. The colors are so beautiful. Like it's bluish and then red. Then you have the gold there. So then there's the Hierophant. I forgot her name, but it's Death. It's basically, yeah, Death. I forgot her name, but if you look in the guidebook, it tells you the name. The Lovers with Sam and his girlfriend. The Chariot, which is the famous Impala, the car that they always drive from an adventure to another. The Strength, which is, I want to say Gary. The character is a vampire and then he becomes friends with Dean. Then we have the Hermit, which is Bobby. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is the rabbit fruit. Then we have Justice, which is one of the characters in the series as well. We have the Hanged Man, which is Castiel, the angel. Then we have the actual death before he's being killed by, I can't remember, I can't remember who is being killed by, but yeah, he's being killed. Then we have Temperance, Lucifer himself with the devil in his cage. Then we have Amara, which is Chaos and which is the sister of God. And she comes in the series at some point and she kind of destroys everything. So it makes sense for her to have the tower. Then we have the Star, which is Jack, the son of Lucifer, but he's actually a good guy. Then we have the Moon with the Trickster. Then we have the Sun, played by Charlie. So this is Charlie and she's a very nice person. She's the sister that Dean never had. Judgment, which is an Archangel Michael, that is actually not very good. Then we have the World, which is the end, the last card, and this is the end of the road and they're going for another adventure. Yeah. So that's the major arcana, so very beautiful. You have all the characters there. It's just very nice. Then we have the minor arcana, so it starts with Bones. Or maybe I put it back in this order, but maybe it's not that. But so that will be the wand suit. So you can see how beautiful is this card. But yeah, so some of them are a little bit more peepish than others. So you see here you have the Two of Bones. So I wouldn't necessarily, first of all, I wouldn't necessarily advise this deck for anyone that doesn't follow the series, because a lot of characters make sense when you know the series, and when you read the guidebook, you're like, oh yeah, that's very relevant. If you don't really know the series, you won't really understand why they chose this card instead of another, and you won't recognize the people, you know. So here, for example, it's not peepish, it's the Three of Bones. I can't remember who, I think it's Lilith. I want to say it's Lilith, but let's have a look. Three of Bones. Eve is Eve, the mother of all monsters. and she created all monsters and blah blah blah. So you see here, 3 of Wands represents creation, collaboration, growth, and expansion, working together with others toward a common goal, and will lead to impactful, lasting success. So that's why she's being used, because she's collaborating with all the demons to create the world that she wants, which is a world of demons. And the 3 of Wands is also about creating the world that you want, like going for your dreams. Then we have the 4 of Wands, like the 4 of Wands, which is like peepish, but then we have another one that is not peepish. So that's the 5 of Wands. So that's an actually an archangel, but he's fighting with Sam and Dean all the time. They're trying to force him to become the vessel of God, whatever. It's very you need to know the series, but yeah, makes sense because he's kind of fighting all the time. So, and it's also representing this conflict that Dean will have when he will have to choose whether he wants to be the vessel for the archangel or not. Then we have the 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Wands is again another archangel, this one, and the 10 of Wands, which will be the 10 of Wands. And again, it makes sense because in this scene is where Castiel is kind of wondering whether he's a good angel or not, and he has too much on his shoulder, and he's kind of asking for help from God in this scene of the series. So you see, that's something that you wouldn't understand necessarily if you don't follow the series. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the King of Wands, which is Metatron, which is the script of God. Then we go to the Pentacles, so pentagrams, sorry, so it's the Pentacle suit, base pentagrams, so Ace of Pentagrams, the 2nd of Pentagram. The pentagram suit is weird because they have all these things, like this different thing, you know, it's like this card and this card, the pentacles are different. But yeah, that's the 3 of Pentacles, that's the 4 of Pentacles, and all of these are different. So the 5 will be different from the 6. You see, it's not the same pentagram, so it's a bit strange, but I mean, it's the creator's choice. So then we have here the 7, the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. Again, if you don't follow the series, you don't know that this is when Dean has a little bit more of a normal life, and he has a partner, and she has a son, and he's kind of becoming a stepdad. Then we have the Page of Pentagrams, which are 2 characters that are following Sam and Dean and try to make their own supernatural series. Then we have the Knight of Pentagrams, which is Yellow Eyes, the demon, and everything starts with him. Then we have the Queen of Pentagram, and we have the King of Pentagrams, which is the King of Hell, and it's Crowley. Then we have the Blade suit, so the sword suit. So here we have the Ace of Blades, which is the blade, the blade of Cain, and this is the mark of Cain when Dean has the mark of Cain on his arm. But again, you would need to know the series. 2 of Swords, which is 2 angel blades to kill demons. 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, where you kind of have all the different kind of weapon that we see in the series. So you have the Blade of Cain, the angel, the demon stabbing, and again something that kills demon. the 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords with again more kind of weapons. Then we have the 7 of Swords, which this is Ruby. 8 of Swords. I think she's from the first episode of Supernatural. 9 of Swords. And 10 of Swords when they go and they get locked in Lucifer's cage. Sam falls into the pit with Lucifer and gets locked into the cage with Lucifer. Page of Blades, which is Kevin the Prophet. Knight of Blades. Queen of Blades, Naomi, who is torturing Castiel. Then we have the King of Blades, which is Cain, which is the first person that actually killed another human being, apparently. And so it's a legend, and yeah, that's again in the series. Ace of Goblets. So then we have the Goblets one. Here we have the 2 of Goblets with Bobby and his best friend, I forgot his name. 3 of Goblets, which is just like a peepish one. 4 of Goblets, which is another prophet. 5 of Goblets. 6 of Goblets. 7 of Goblets. 8 of Goblets. 9 of Goblets, 10 of Goblets. Then we have Page of Goblets with her, who is, I can't remember her name, but she's an absolute fan of Sam and Dean and she follows them everywhere. Knight of Goblets, he's like, he kills demons as well, and he's like a colleague of Sam and Dean, and then he falls in love with her and she falls in love with him. Queen of Goblets. And the last card is the King of Goblets, so which is the alpha vampire, so he's like the king of all vampires, basically. So yeah, that's the Supernatural deck. So as always, I will do like a little shuffling and quick reading so you can see how it reads in a book. So can I please have a card for all the people watching the video, please? And we have the 5 of Goblets. So it's not gonna be the most interesting one, but at least we can see what it says in the 5 of Pentagrams, sorry. So the 5 of Pentagrams. So upright, the 5 of Pentagrams tarot card suggests instability in your financial world or practical aspects of the home. Are you having trouble coming up with rent or your mortgage payment this month? Have you been caught off guard by an unexpected shift in your career? Focus on making sure your foundation is stable now. Then when reversed, the 5 of Pentagrams indicate the foundational instability referenced by the upright 5 of Pentagrams is ending. Hardships don't last forever. The reversed 5 of Pentagrams comes as a sight of relief as it heralds the end of a difficult time. So yeah, that's how it reads. Let's have a look at, for example, if we take another card. So the Hierophant, okay? So that's a character. So I guess it's a major arcana, so it's gonna be a little bit more interesting. And that's also a character. So they will probably let you know about the character and why they chose this character. So the Hierophant respects and values tradition, order, and rules, much like Billy, a reaper, and later the New Death. who takes her role as a keeper of the natural order very seriously. So that's why they chose this, because she likes order and she's kind of following the rules very, very much. So the Hierophant Tarot card advises you to put order to chaos using time-honored structures and traditions. Now is not the time for rebellion and questioning the status quo. Showing respect for established institutions and hierarchies will benefit you in the long run. And when it's reversed, when the Hierophant comes forward reversed, it symbolizes the need to shake up traditions and question the rules. Ask yourself if conformity is serving you well or holding you back. Don't be afraid to blaze your own trail and create a path that works better for you. So yeah, that's how the deck reads, and that's the Supernatural deck. So it's very much a deck for fans of the series, I would say. I would not necessarily recommend this either for beginners or for people that don't really follow this series. I think it's been thought for and made for all the fans of the series, but if you are interested, you can get this deck. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be following the series, but I guess it's easier to connect with the card when you know the series and the characters. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little flip through of the Supernatural deck. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is star_seed_tarot. I'm also on Facebook at starseedtarot1111. But yeah, sometimes on Instagram I do live stories, so I do live unboxing, for example, so you get to see the decks before I put it on YouTube. So it could be something you're interested in. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the thumbs up, and if you have this deck or you're thinking about having this deck, or you just wanted to see this deck and now you made the decision, please let me know in a comment, and yeah, that would be super nice to connect with you all. I wish you all a very good evening, night, day, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.